Rushing to his job as a janitor, Mark decides that he's going to run down his janitorial checklist in a new order starting on the 12th floor instead of the 3rd, seeing as how he feels like a new man now. But in the process of cleaning, Mark wanders past a business meeting with a door that was slightly cracked. His curious nature led him to take a peek and secretly listen in on the meeting's discussion. Nothing in Mark's life had prepared him for what his ears would hear.
Okay, let's get this meeting underway. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for meeting with us today. I think that you'll be glad to hear all that we have to say. We hope that after listening to each and every point, that you'll be inclined to support or maybe even join. Elimination of the black family unit is the goal of our plan, and we believe that we can do it. Sitting right in front of you is a manila folder which contains the documents of which we will be going over. There will be plenty of time when this is done to review the folder, but for now, please turn to page 1. We tossed around some thoughts to crumble the black family until we thought to consider the human anatomy. Decapitate the head of a person and he's a goner, and we know the intended head of the family is the father. We get rid of him, the rest will soon be gone. From here I hand the presentation over to John. There is an emerging form of music called hip-hop. We've tried on occasion, but this music we couldn't stop. Instead, we'll flip it and use it to our advantage. Promote sex and violence through it to their disadvantage. Babies will have babies even though they are still children. Blacks will kill blacks, violence, we won't have to kill them. Pay rappers to talk about money and big pimping. Put them on a world tour to infect global opinion. Represent blacks with a drunken bum rap star, so people across the world will think this is how blacks are. Few will see the problem cause their view is microscopic. Deciding to educate themselves, they'll try to go to college. We'll give them African Heritage Studies class so we can take the future while they're still focused upon the past. This will distract them, giving them self-pride, leading to their demise, giving us more time to take over major black enterprise, dictating what they wear and also what goes in their eyes. Encourage slang, change the written definitions while continuing to mold their mind through use of television. We'll start this off with the dirty deed song. Incarcerate the men so we keep them away from home. Forcing black women to get jobs and hold their own, just to take care of the kids who, by the way, are home alone. Fill women with feminine pride to mess with their psyche, but this must be done ever so slightly. See, the most important piece to the puzzle is the man, cause the women and kids we can out-muscle. As you all can see, I am a black man. You might be thinking, why are you supporting this plan? Yeah, I know, but for me it's about the business. I'm in this for the money, survival of the fittest. Now picking up from the last transition, families break down without the man in them. Women will be at work, trying to make a living. Children raised by television, getting little attention. And under the weight of raising children by herself, her knees begin to buckle as she reaches for help. Now this is where we step in like the hero who cares, because the next step in our plan is called welfare. She can get the benefits needed to help her out, just as long as her and her father ain't in the same house. This is how we'll keep the father out and restricted. Gotta choose one or the other so the daddy gets evicted. Arguing, she'll say, don't need you anymore. I can live without you, besides I've done it before. Now this will persuade you in case you thought we couldn't pull off this plan. It's called independent woman. It's It's our latest propaganda campaign. It says, women, you don't need a man to maintain a family. Devalue men through commercials coming soon by betraying them to be irresponsible couch potato buffoons. This will reinforce thoughts of feminine pride. Blinded by that pride, they might never realize that being independent means being all alone. Big house, good job, but no loving husband at home. Before they'll figure it out, the damage is done. With no father in the household, it will damage their sons. Genesis 3:16, the cycle's complete, and removing the father will make the cycle repeat. We should meet again sometime around 2010. We're confident we'll accomplish all of our goals by then. So thank you, everyone. This concludes our presentation. Allow me to thank you for all of your time and your patience. Thank you. This plan is actually going to cost about $3 trillion. That's it. Like it.
Oh yeah, peace and blessings, family. Your boy Don Juan alongside my partner Big Ish. This is the Beats, Rhymes, and Race Show, the official podcast from the Keepers of the Art family. Back in the building once again after a brief hiatus.
Yes, sir. We
But
back.
we back.
We back.
You know, Ish, I gotta say that was a powerful joint
Yeah, man.
to
That's
start the show with, man.
That was Columbus. So I think he's from Columbus, Ohio,
Columbus
man.
or Cincinnati. I know it's
Yeah.
Ohio dude, right?
Yeah, his name is Mark the Professional, like prophet, but
Right.
professional, man.
The
That's-
professional.
That joint is called Research and Development, man. And he's looking at the systematic forces behind the scenes, man. That that not only influences black people historically, because we know they are. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, sure.
But we're gonna build on this hip hop piece, though, man.
Yeah, man. You know, the brother was speaking so eloquently, you know, on the destruction of the black family. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, with the destruction of the black man or the removal of the black man systematically. You know, and if we analyze hip hop, man, we can probably say that hip hop plays a role in removing and destroying the black man when it comes to his, you know, playing his part in his family.
Yeah, I mean, hip hop, it's been coined. Hip hop is the new crack epidemic, man.
Yeah, man.
And that's what we're gonna build on today, man. Because we got a controversial interview. You know what I'm saying, that we gonna delve into, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's controversial based on who's judging it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I mean, you know, I got mad love for the brother. And, you know, I don't consider him to be controversial at all. However, there are those individuals who may listen to him and, you know, based on his background and the things that he's talking about, they might label him as controversial.
Yeah, but it's not really controversial at all. I mean, especially individuals like us, who are hip hop, who's of the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've, unlike so many of our peers, you see what I'm saying, who got caught up in this mindset of thinking that hip hop as an age. Once you become 35, you shouldn't be.
Right,
why you still listen to hip hop?
Right.
Nah, man. Hip hop is our culture. You see what I'm saying? It's the way we view the world. It's the lens through that we view the world through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't care if you're 60. You see what I'm saying? But the kids, it's our obligation right now, because I always say that, man. We that tweener generation. It's our opportunity to keep this culture alive, to keep them, to keep the music's culture alive. Because I just want to say something real quick, though, Don Juan.
Go ahead.
Because I know we use the word hip hop and rap music synonymously sometimes, but really from a cultural standpoint, they're not. Hip hop is the music. I mean, rap is the music of hip hop culture.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
make that distinction then. Go ahead and make that distinction.
Well, we have to make
It's important.
Yeah, we have to make the distinction, because a lot of times, you hear people say hip hop. Well, hip hop
Right.
is this, hip hop is that. Well, no, it's not really hip hop. It's rap music.
Right. And most of the time when you hear those individuals referring to, you know, rap music as hip hop,
Yeah.
you know, they are generally coming from the outside looking in.
No question.
Now, those
No
of us
question.
who are on the inside know the distinction, and we recognize that there is a difference.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
And for those who don't know, you know, the original 4 elements of hip hop is DJing, breakdancing, graffiti, and rapping. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, rap music is just one branch on the tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, man, we have to speak on that. I'm gonna say that because if we don't make that distinction on a continual and consistent and continuous basis, what it does, it smears the whole culture.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what we do is, you know, we categorize all rappers as being hip hop.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the case.
That's right.
You know, a rapper can be influenced by a label
right.
to misrepresent the hip hop culture.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, and we have to understand that.
That's right. And you know, what's so crazy is that, you know, the other elements of hip hop, you know, like the DJing, graffiti and break, they're missing.
Right.
Where are they these days? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not really, you don't really see. And I guess that's part of today's episode too, man. Is because, you know, on our sidebar we were talking about prevention. You know, because me and Don Juan, we are both prevention educators here in Akron, Ohio, man. We do a lot of work around prevention education. More importantly, culturally relevant.
Yeah.
Prevention education. And when I look at hip hop, man, and I go back to the, you know, to the late 60s and early 70s when hip hop was created. Hip hop was introduced to urban communities as a prevention method.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
a violence prevention piece.
Right.
You know,
definitely violence prevention.
Sure.
And the reason that the other elements of hip hop culture are so underrepresented these days, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. I mean, because, you know, really, I guess from a capitalistic economic standpoint, the rap element was the easiest piece to cash in on.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
sure.
for corporate America.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? You know, so it was really just about money. You know what I'm saying, and financial gain. But what we have to do, it's our job as hip hoppers, man, especially at the age, you know, us in our late 30s and our early 40s. It's our job to reintroduce the other elements, man, to our kids again, man.
Right. You know what? I have to agree. And at the same time, we're reintroducing the other elements. We have to perhaps reintroduce the true meaning of the MC.
Yes.
And reintroduce our younger generation to I guess a type of MC that has a social consciousness, you know, and that not only speaks on how things are, but also speaks on how things could and should be.
Yes,
because that's important.
Yes. And also when I think of culture is the way of life. It's a person's worldview. So another thing is that when Zulu Nation and people like DJ Kool Herc, when they laid down this foundation, man, you know what I'm saying, for hip hop, they laid down a worldview, and that worldview was peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? But once again, with the commercialization of the music, commercialization of the culture,
right?
You know, the worldview was just kind of swept under the rug. You know, especially when you look at you know, like the 1980s, you know, Ronald Reagan and the war on drugs. You know, a lot of the street culture started to creep into the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is a street culture. Don't get me. It comes from the streets.
Right.
But the dysfunctionality.
Yes.
In the streets.
Yes. And ish, what happens is that now, you know, hip hop becomes identified.
Yes.
By this this drug and violence filled culture. You know what I mean? So now when we see or we hear the word hip hop, you know, we automatically identify it with, you know, a thug lifestyle or a drug dealer's lifestyle or a drug user's lifestyle or a violent lifestyle, and that's not synonymous.
Or prison culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But historically, that's not those things are not synonymous.